Hey anglers, you're watching In Deep on the Delta. My name's Steve Cooper, and today we're talking about T-rigged worms and worm sleeves. Oh, you didn't see that? That's the sleeve. It's a simple but effective gadget that helps to protect the worm and it helps to save worms. It's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. It's going to save you a lot of frustration. This is going to keep this from happening to you a whole lot. You can see the sleeve a little bit better. So we're going to get right to the bait bench. I'll show you how to make this sleeve with just some general packing tape and a pair of scissors. Only takes a few seconds, and you're going to be surprised what this rig does for you. Let's get to the bench. Okay, here it is, the worm sleeve. That's all it is. And I'll pull this up. It's a halo that goes over the head of the worm to protect it. Now, what you're probably familiar with is worms coming back like this. Now, that can be the product of a fish biting it, but it also can be the product of a worm that's not rigged properly. When the worm's rigged properly and the weight is over the head of the worm, it protects it. It protects this part of the worm, the head of the worm. But anytime that bait is not perfectly protected by the halo of the weight, and you have this, as that worm pulls over something, it's going to do exactly what it's doing on my finger, whether it's pulling over something, whether it's dropping over something, or whether it's along the bottom. Now generally you have a weight on that worm that helps to protect it, but once that worm slides off of this part, the keeper part of the hook, you've got problems. So what the worm sleeve is going to do for you, it's going to make a halo over the head of that worm so it pulls over cover, pulls through cover. If it's running along the bottom, it pulls right through. It also really pegs that sinker on so you can have a fish take it pretty hard without tearing it up. Now, this will work on an inline worm hook. It'll work with any type of worm. Works with inline worm hooks, straight shank worm hooks, or even your EWG hooks here. So we're going to show you how we make this. All you're going to need is some packing tape, a pair of scissors. So let's get to making this thing. I'm going to pull about 6 inches of tape out, and what I'm going to do is fold it over onto itself. You don't have to worry about how much you have folded over. On this one you can see I've got about, a half an inch or so. What I'm going to do now is cut it, and now I have about 1/8 of an inch that has the tacky part, the stick. This part here, which is going to wrap around the worm, is double wrapped, and it has no tape, the sticky part of the tape on it. So what we do is we take our weight and put it on and just simply tape it to the hook. Takes a second. That's it. So now what we can do is just trim it. You can see this is a super big cone here. So what I like to do is keep them about that, I'd say about 1/4 of an inch. So let's take this one off. We'll pull the bobber stopper off. We'll pull the old sinker off, or weight off. We're going to pull this out so it doesn't tack everything up. We will just reapply the weight. We'll use I think this is a cut tail worm. We'll put it on, get it nice and straight, just like you would normal, and then we would take the sleeve and we'll pull it over the worm, and there it is. It's protected. Now I would obviously have a stopper on there that would pull it in here, and I'd get the worm straight, obviously. There we go. take a little more time usually, but that's going to help that come through cover, come out of cover, go along the bottom. It's going to keep it pegged. It's going to save you a lot of frustration. Will it last for a week? No. What happens is if you've got one here and it starts to become delaminated, you just take it and slice it off, and you're out about a penny of wrapping tape and about 10 seconds of work. I usually do about a half a dozen of these that I have in my box that have the halos on them, so that I don't have to do this out on the water. You do it before you get out there, and that's it. That is simple but effective way to saving worms. It's going to save you money, it's going to save you time on the water, make you more efficient, and it's going to save a lot of frustration for you. Give it a try. Right, guys, that's it. That's the worm sleeve. Simple, effective, very cheap, takes a few minutes to do, and it's a very effective way of helping to protect your worms, saving some worms, saving you some time on the water, saving you some frustration. Give it a try. I think you're going to like it. Please subscribe, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Until next time, keep watching. I'll see you guys on the water. Good luck with your fishing. Catch a big one, send me a picture. Thanks for watching.